FIREARMS. Today's video is a bit of a impromptu one. We're talking about, do you need a bunch of gear, or what might be kind of the bare minimums you need to go out and have a fun camping trip, a fun short little adventure, more weekend focused. Not entirely sure what this video is going to end up being called, but was going to come out here, film a top gear of 2024 for camping, like the perfect setup that I've found. We were installing a lift kit on my 80 series Land Cruiser, which is my main rig. Essentially, it's an old truck. I broke a bolt, had to use a welder, and then I accidentally struck one of my brake lines. So I leaked out all my brake fluid, and it was no longer safe to take that rig on this trip that we had planned months ago. Went out with some friends who had negative camping experiences before, and we didn't want to cancel the trip. So we were like, okay, let's just take my father-in-law's bone stock, except for a lift kit, 4Runner, throw all the crap in the back, and just head out. No rooftop tents, no drawer systems, no fancy stuff. So just kind of a stripped back, almost back to basics sort of trip. And it has made me realize that the importance of getting out is less about the gear. I think in the past, each trip I've learned something new, that a problem has arisen that could be addressed by a different piece of gear. But I think in the end, this time has been a nice wake up, a nice reminder that these trips are about getting out, spending time in the outdoors with the people that you love most, that you care about most, and making memories. And the gear is only as important as it can enable you to do exactly that. So in that vein, I think having the right amount, the appropriate gear to enable successful trips, strong and happy, positive memories made, is the most important thing about it. So obviously, depending on where you're going to go visit, having a capable rig, whether that be 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, if you want to do, state parks where you're only going to be on a couple 100-yard stretches of dirt roads. For us with the 4Runner, we were coming up on maximizing the capacity that it can take. Obviously, it's my wife, a baby, a dog, and then bringing enough gear to help out and support two of our friends that don't go camping all that often. So we were kind of overpacking for our rig. So size might be a consideration that you guys want to make when choosing, selecting your vehicle. One gear category that has been very good, very nice, has been the maximizing kind of compact size, but comfortable, capable, quality gear. So in that vein, this chair that I'm sitting in right here, shout out to Click. They make fantastic, comfortable, portable chairs that pack down into a really small package, while once they're deployed, they can support a lot of weight. They're very comfortable, and you don't feel like you're sitting in a compact chair. I've had many compact chairs before, some from Amazon, some from Target, and while they do pack down real small, you can throw them anywhere, probably the same size as this when it's all packed up. You sit in it and you just want to die. It's super uncomfortable. Thank you to Click. They sent this chair out to me. This is their Mystique. Yeah, it's a fantastic chair. I'm really liking it so far. Have this nice little cup holder attachment that pops off. And yeah, I would highly recommend their chairs, and I'm probably going to get more. Support of the channel, DK Mags. They're a local gun store in Minnesota. If you're a Minnesota local, you'll want to listen to this one. Even if not, they sell stuff online. They ship transferred FFLs and are on Gun Broker. They sell guns, ammo, holsters, ammunition. I already said ammo. Belts, knives, anything a gun guy could ever want. Go check them out. If you let them know that I sent you in person, you can save 5% on most ammunition and accessories, as well as 2.5% on most firearms. Some exclusions apply, but they'll take good care of you. Thanks to DK Mags for being great supporters of the channel. Kind of back to the topic. Every trip that we take, every camping trip that I go on, mostly just weekend trips, short trips, I try and film a video. I try and film something because I want to maximize on the ability to film content for how few and how little often I go out. In the vein of gear, making sure that you select the right gear choices, you pick the right items that make it easier to get out, that might reduce a little bit of that friction of, we're going to have to set up the tent, we're going to have to drive a far distance, which sometimes that's kind of out of your control. There's just a lot of stuff that we got to set up for the kitchen. So with the tent, making sure that you have something easy like this Hub 6 XL from Free Spirit Recreation. They sent this tent out to me. They're a supporter of the channel, and they did help me out with this tent here. It pops up in like 2 minutes. I'm not sure I can play exactly how long it took us here, but having a tent, having a shelter that, whether that's a rooftop tent, a ground tent that's a pop-up one. The reason why I'm a fan of the Hub 6XL is it's fully insulated, it's pop-up, kind of like an ice fishing tent, but it's much larger and it has a stove jack, allowing you to run a wood-burning stove living in colder climates. Literally this tent, because we didn't bring my truck, my 80 series with the rooftop tent for our other two friends to sleep in, we were able to fit 2 queen mattresses plus a bassinet for the baby. Kind of a portable pack and play. Right. Nice. Brought some good blankets, huh?
Yeah, got some fleece blankets here.
And it fit four people, a baby, and a 60-pound dog just fine. Without this tent, we would have had to cancel the trip for sure because they were going to sleep in the rooftop tent initially. So really grateful and really glad that I got the biggest one that Free Spirit has to offer. Insulated wall panels are removable, which means that, you know, especially for this trip in the fall, it got down to 54, 52 in the night. So pretty chilly, a little bit uncomfortable. And then in the day, you know, it got up to probably 77, 78 with broad daylight sun. And so we were able to close it up, batten down the hatches at night, keep warm, and then during the day, open up, remove some of the side paneling walls, and let air flow through it, allowing us to take some comfortable naps and avoid the bugs. It's got great amenities inside. It has a nice little LED strip light. It has some kind of flexi pouches that you can put clothes in above your head so you can have more storage off the ground, which is always nice. Put dirty clothes up there, do whatever. The floor is removable, so you could peel it back. I'm thinking for like ice fishing in the winter, drill a hole through there and then have a nice floor, waterproof for the rest of the space. Yeah, I'm just really actually very impressed with this tent. It feels like a Harry Potter tent. We were joking around the campfire about it, where it looks like a tent on the outside, and then you walk in and it's this like mansion on the inside. So would definitely recommend the hub tents from FSR. For the kitchen setup, we've kind of stripped back a good amount. Of course, we're running a fridge, so that's not as low profile, low vis, but we used to use the Coleman stove. We used to use these 2-burner larger kitchen setups. Now we use these really compact kits, and they've been fantastic. I can leave some links in the description below, but with the kitchen setup especially, I think making sure that it's as simple as possible, as portable as possible, having that sorted away in drawers normally in the Land Cruiser, that just makes the whole, because with camping, oftentimes it's the meal planning, the food prep, and the cooking that can be the most cumbersome because you got to do it 3 to 4 times a day if you want dessert. Sometimes 5 times a day. Having the Peak refuel meals, they're not a sponsor or anything, and they're quite expensive, especially for the Friday night when you're coming into camp. Having an easy meal, you just heat up some water, pour it in a bag, let it sit for 10 minutes. That is definitely a win for the first night when you're not trying to stress out. You're setting up the tent in the dark. Making dinner as simple as possible the first night, that's a win. Definitely have more thoughts that I'd love to share about camping setup, camping philosophy, probably some ideas that I'll flesh out more in a 2024 best of kind of camp setup video, which this video was supposed to be. This is more of a minimalist, stripped back version of that, but we will be touching on a lot of the items here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this video to be informational. I know with the overlanding side of YouTube and just of camping, it can be very gear oriented in a unrealistic way where you think the gear is going to solve all your problems, when sometimes having more gear can create more issues, like this diesel heater that was finicky with my battery. So honestly, I think striking a balance between minimalist and maximalist, finding somewhere in the middle that works best for you, where you've got the right stuff, you have the right tools, the proper gear, but you're able to get out. And even if it's just a reserved state park like we're at right now, not dispersed camping, not off-roading, not overlanding in a pure form, whatever it is you guys need your setup to do and accommodate, making sure that you can do it comfortably and do it pleasantly. Would you agree with that? Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate your time here. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about any of the gear that we talked about or didn't talk about in this video, leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, We're going to feed this baby, and we'll see you in the next one.